Why does this SD card cost $10 and this one $60? Here's the difference. You might think at first it's down to the size of the SD card, but these are actually both the same size. It's down to the write speed of the SD card. Cheaper SD cards like this are limited to speeds less than 100 megabits per second, while this can exceed over 300. High-speed SD cards are needed if you're shooting in high resolution or have high bitrate cameras. More expensive SD cards also come with other features such as waterproofing, weather resistance, and more rugged designs which let them get abused a little bit more. If you're trying to decide whether you need to spend more money on an SD card, look at what you're shooting and look at the project you're shooting it with. If you're using a more consumer-friendly or entry-level camera, likelihood is you don't need an expensive SD card, as the camera doesn't need that extra write speed. If you're shooting outdoors or in hard conditions, or just cannot lose the footage, it is sometimes worth spending more money on an expensive SD card. It can be worth spending more money on an SD card which is more rugged to ensure that your footage survives. The worst thing you can run into is if your files get corrupted on your SD card and your whole shoot's out the window. It entirely comes down to the project you're shooting and the features that you need to complement that project. If you're using a high-speed camera on your hard conditions, normally it is worth to get a more rugged SD card. Otherwise, you can just use a normal SD card.